He actually has an aviation related book.
I can go get the Grits Aero Cup, but to really show it off, I have to drink left-handed, and that won't end well. Did you throw up? I would too. Is this awkward if I just grill or just fill? I'm asking for trouble. I'm Dad.
I'm Son.
And I'm Darren.
I'm Colin. I'm Pilot.
It's very good. Well, we were at a restaurant in town, talking about how they got all these. I can't remember what that one show's called where they flip houses or whatever. And
Flip or Flop, I think.
Yeah, Flip or Flop. Yeah,
Is that it?
I don't know.
The old TV show?
But anyway, I got to thinking it would be awesome to just flip or fly. I just thought that was kind of a cool name. Either flip it or fly it.
I've always wanted to flip planes, like refurbish old planes that have just been sitting in a hangar. So,
and I thought that would be a lot of fun.
Great name.
So we formed the domain and found a 152 that we picked.
So we have Duffy, Linnell, and then the 152, which we need to find a name for, which I might ask the viewers to do that and come up with a name for the 152. As of now, Flip or Fly consists of those 3 planes and us 2. So the goal with Flip or Fly's YouTube channel is to just record as much of the process as possible and just make it fun and candid. You know, we just want to share the process of flipping a plane with everybody and just have some laughs along the way and just be goofy. And it'll probably be more than just airplane flipping. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it'd be fun to just share what we enjoy doing with other people.
Yeah.
Educate people that normally wouldn't even think about an airplane. It's just fun. It really is. I love talking to people about aviation, and a lot of people right here in our local community that just are starting to get exposed to aviation just because coming out here and hanging out. And, I think we've got a lot of people that really are interested in helping us work on some of these airplanes, that enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we'll probably end up flipping more than flying because it costs so much money.
Can only fly so many planes too.
That's true.
Until they start sitting. So I've been involved in aviation since college. And I got my AMP in 2016 at TSDC in Waco. That's the first thing aviation related I did. And then I got my pilot's license after that. Graduated college, then went to Sinton. Got my pilot's license down in Sinton at my first job. My old boss had a Cherokee 140 that I learned to fly in. He said if I maintained it, I could use it for flight instruction. So I took advantage of that and got my pilot's license with it. And then from there, I've been all over Texas just working in different jobs and got my IA inspection authorization to be able to do annual inspections and major alterations and stuff like that. And aviation's just always been a passion ever since hearing Dad talk about it. Since I was a kid.
I got my license back in 1989. Place called Wings for Christ in Waco. I've been a pilot since 89. Had a 17-year window in there where I didn't do any flying. Having a wife and 4 kids kind of puts a stop to that.
Sorry.
So 7 years ago, went and got a biennial done, got flying again, and now it's all kind of rekindled, and now I'm loving it. Bought a Comanche 250, and
Tell them the real reason you got back in aviation.
Oh yes, that's true. If my son wasn't an IA, I couldn't afford an airplane. Period. So
probably afford it. It just makes it a little easier.
So when I was probably about an eighth grade, seventh or eighth grade, I had a cousin in Edna, Texas. They called him Red. He took me, my brother, my sisters up for some flights, and I fell in love with aviation at that time. Never thought I'd ever be able to become a pilot because it was just so expensive, and that's how when I went off to Waco, met Brad Westham, who graciously taught me to fly for free. But that was my first flight was a 172 back when I was in eighth grade.
I don't want to talk about my first flight.
What was your first flight?
The RV-8 at Wings for Christ.
Did you throw up? I would too.
So I was going to college, and before I started my flight training, I went and because I knew you had gone to Wings for Christ, and I wanted to go and check it out. And I went out there, and the first guy I met, I can't remember his name, but he had an RV-8, a Vans RV-8, very sporty plane, and he asked if I wanted to go fly, like any aviator really does. They just ask if you want to go fly. If you go find somebody with a plane, they're going to ask if you want to go fly.
True.
And I said yes, and I hopped in with him in the back seat of that RV-8, and he took off. And what's funny is he wasn't doing anything crazy. He was doing some steep turns, and he was talking about doing a roll. And I'm glad we didn't get to that point because I probably it would have been worse. But he's doing some steep turns, kind of jostling me around, and I was just working on my body was operating on just a taco and coffee, I think, that morning. Yeah, it was just a bad mix of scenarios, but I ended up throwing up and no puke bag or anything. There's just had to puke all over this plane. So he knew that I threw up, and we went back and landed, and we hopped out, and he's like, "It's okay, it's not the first time." And that didn't help my embarrassment. I was still very embarrassed. But oh man,
I did have a passenger once that took her shoe off and threw up in it.
I probably should have done that. It would have gotten less in his plane. But yeah, that was my first flight ever. He's got a 62 model Comanche. I've got a 1960 model Comanche. There's a few things different, like flaps and.
His is actually in better shape than mine. A lot less corrosion.
But that's actually Duffy, which the Facebook group has already been introduced to Duffy, the Comanche 250. And his is Linnell, Comanche 250.
Named after the middle name of his mom, my wife.
How did she feel about that? Duffy came from Morgan County, Utah, just north of Salt Lake City. It sat there for 14 or 15 years. It was a deal I couldn't pass up. Got it as a project, a flying project. I made a couple trips up to Salt Lake City to get it running and airlined out there a couple times over the weekends, working out of a small hangar when it was 15 degrees, getting cabin fever in a little tiny hangar. And that whole story of flying it back from Salt Lake City is a whole nother episode, a whole nother video.
I've always loved the Comanche. Always. Comanche's been the best looking airplane I've ever. I just fell in love with them. And Jeff said, "Hey, I've got a Comanche," and he pulled it out of the hangar. And he goes, "Let's go up in it." And I said, "Now?" She goes, "Yeah, let's hop in it. Go." It was incredible. So I ended up had this scheme. This friend of mine that I go to church with, he was going to buy the airplane and I was going to rent it. So we go to the bank. It turns out where he wasn't going to buy it. So anyway, he just looked at me and he said, "Why don't you buy it?" A note: do not ever, ever buy an airplane without talking to your wife first. I lived in the desert for 2 years.
You're in the doghouse for 2 years.
I was in the dog. That's what I meant to say. I was in the doghouse for 2 years. Anyway. But anyway, that's how I ended up with Linnell. It's been a work in progress. Some of the videos will probably show that, but great airplane. Love the Comanche. What do we need to do to the 152? Plan is to replace the engine.
Biggest thing on the 152 is the engine. Got to pull the engine off and rebuild it. That's just a matter of disassembling it and sending out all the parts. But that, maybe interior, or for sure paint, another one.
Maybe panel, just kind
Maybe
of depends
panel.
on. I'm sure it's going to kind of,
Depend on money.
yeah, it'll just develop as we go along and see what
We're either going to flip it or fly it, but along the process, it's going to be deciding when to flip it or when to fly it. You know, flip it before we do a panel or flip it after we do a panel.
Yeah, and it's like flipping a house. We'll have to decide what can we do to it to get a return on investment. You know, we could do a lot of stuff. I mean, heck, you could put a Dynon or Garmin screen in it or something. You know,
you could put $200,000 into it,
but you'll never get that money back. Yeah. So we're really going to have to. This will be interesting to see. Really, it's brand new. We don't really know exactly what we're going to do with it, but.
Brand new to us.
Brand new to us, yeah. Well, I'm sure we're going to learn a lot as well as the people watching.
We're all going to learn together.
Mm-hmm.
Got to close it out somehow, I guess. Thanks for watching. I don't want to say anything like cliche. Goodbye. We're going to take off. Thanks for watching. This is Flipperfly. Last call, Flipperfly. Critfield traffic. Flipperfly departing to the north, last call.
Leaving the pattern.
Leaving the pattern to the north, last call. Flipperfly. We'll see y'all next time.